So you're thinking about moving to Virginia Beach, Virginia? Well, today we're going to visit neighborhoods that are near the Chesapeake Bay so you can see what it's like and you can see if it fits in with your lifestyle. If this is your first time on the channel, then click subscribe and press the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know all about the market in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Let's get started. If you love the water, you're in luck with Virginia Beach because Virginia Beach is near two major bodies of water. It's got the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Chesapeake Bay to the north. So today the neighborhoods we're visiting are near the Chesapeake Bay, so that means we'll be in the northern section of Virginia Beach. Shore Drive is the main street in the area, so all of these neighborhoods are located off of Shore Drive. There's a large bridge in the area called the Lesner Bridge, and this bridge splits the neighborhoods near the Chesapeake Bay in half. So we're going to take a look at some neighborhoods that are on the east side of the Lesner Bridge and some neighborhoods that are on the west side of the Lesner Bridge. We're going to start off on the east side. Let's take a look at Lynnhaven Colony. This neighborhood has homes that were built between the 1950s and the 1980s, with a small number of homes being built more recently. These houses have between 2 and 7 bedrooms and between 900 to 5,400 square feet of living space. The price range for the homes in Lynnhaven Colony range from about $400,000 to about $1.5 million. Lynnhaven Colony is zoned for Cox High School. One nice feature of this neighborhood is that the Lynnhaven Municipal Marina is a part of the neighborhood. Let's visit Cape Story by the Sea. This neighborhood has homes that were built between the 1940s and the 2000s, with several more being built more recently. These homes have between 1 and 8 bedrooms and range in size from about 500 to over 6,600 square feet. If you want to live in Cape Story by the Sea, you can expect to spend between about $500,000 to over $1.2 million. Cape Story by the Sea is zoned for Cox High School. Let's check out Cape Henry Shores. This neighborhood has homes that were built between the 1960s and the 1990s, and there were a few more homes built more recently. These homes have between 2 to 6 bedrooms and between 1,300 to about 5,500 square feet. If Cape Henry Shores is your neighborhood of choice, you can expect to spend between about $700,000 to over $1.4 million. Cape Henry Shores is zoned for Cox High School. One neat thing about this neighborhood is that there is a path that runs from their neighborhood into First Landing State Park, and that's called the Cape Henry Trail. Now we're going to cross the Lesner Bridge and go from the east side to the west side to check out some neighborhoods over there. Let's stop by Baylake Pines. This neighborhood has homes that were built between the 1940s and the 1980s, and there have been more built more recently. The homes in this neighborhood have between 2 to 7 bedrooms and from about 1,100 to over 11,000 square feet of living space. If you want to live in Baylake Pines, you'll be spending between about $500,000 to over $1.4 million. Baylake Pines is zoned for Cox High School. Let's go to Ocean Park. Ocean Park has homes that were built between the 1930s up through the 1990s. There have been a few that have been built in the more recent years. These homes have between 1 and 7 bedrooms and range in size from about 700 to 6,000 square feet. If you want to move to Ocean Park, you can expect to spend between about $500,000 to $1.3 million. Ocean Park is zoned for Cox High School. Let's head over to Chesapeake Beach. This neighborhood has homes that were built between the 1920s and the 2000s, with several more being built more recently. The homes in this neighborhood have between 1 and 6 bedrooms and between about 400 to over 6,600 square feet. If you want to live in the Chesapeake Beach neighborhood, you will be spending between the upper 200,000s up to over $1.4 million. Chesapeake Beach is zoned for Cox High School. One thing that these neighborhoods have in common is that most of the homes were built within a certain time range up to about the 1990s, but most of them have homes that are still being built today just because there are some vacant lots and or older homes are being torn down and new homes are being built in their place. Now let's talk about some things to do if you live in these neighborhoods that are near the Chesapeake Bay. Of course, there is the beach. The beach on the Chesapeake Bay has calmer waters than you'll find at the beach near the Atlantic Ocean. You'll find fewer tourists in this area as well. The city library in the area is the Great Neck Area Library, and the city rec center in the area is the Great Neck Rec Center. This is one of 7 in the city, so you join the rec center for a low, reasonable price, and you have access to all of the rec centers across the city. This rec center has an indoor pool, a gym, a game room, a fitness room, and more. One of the large parks in the area is the Great Neck Park. This park has picnic shelters, a playground, and trails. It also has an overlook on the Lynnhaven Bay. There's another large park in the area called Pleasure House Point Natural Area. This park has a playground, boating, fishing, and trails, and it shares a space with the Brock Environmental Center, which is part of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and it's centered around finding ways to help save the bay. Virginia Beach is lucky enough to have 2 state parks in the city, and First Landing State Park is right there in the middle of all these neighborhoods that we're visiting today. So First Landing State Park has camping, hiking, biking, fishing, boating, and it also has a beach. So if you're in the area, do not miss First Landing State Park. Thanks for coming along for the tour of neighborhoods near the Chesapeake Bay. If you think Virginia Beach is the place for you, whether you're moving in a matter of days, weeks, or months, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a video call so we can talk all about your move to Virginia Beach, Virginia. Until next time, when I'll be showing you around town.